Hey everyone, Redheaded Mystic here. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Dead Garden. So I wanted to do another video on the masculine energies. Yesterday I did a video on the difference between the divine masculine and the high-level soulmate masculine, and what that energy felt like to me, what it feels like. And then it occurred to me when I was in bed that I didn't talk about the dark horse. The dark horse is the one you don't see coming. You could be dealing with just one, you could be dealing with two, you could be dealing with three. So for some people out there, you might have these options. This isn't for everybody, obviously. But I kind of forgot about the dark horse because A, you don't see him coming, and he's kind of elusive. He doesn't always... He's scarce in showing himself, so he watches from the shadows. I have been in contact with his energy maybe 4 or 5 times. This energy is very dominant, very powerful. I feel like he embodies 3 kings, maybe even all 4 kings. But I feel like there's one king that, like, there's a couple aspects that he has, but then he lacks a whole bunch of the other ones. So if he is an emperor, he might be more of a dark-sided emperor. Again, I don't know everything. This is just my feelings on it, my thoughts on it. Take what you will, take what resonates, you know, whatever. Yeah, and I feel like he's the kind of masculine that would not only embody like a high-level soulmate, but he would change you in a different sort of way, and bring you into a completely different type of world that you would be totally unfamiliar with. Whereas the divine masculine and your high-level soulmate type energy would bring you into their world, but it would be a world that you would be familiar with, pretty much. So, okay. So I wanted to, check in with that and see what Spirit has to say. I get a very there's like a dance, right? But there's like a dark, secretive, like tango type of dance with this energy. It's, I don't know, it's interesting. He doesn't show himself. He probably, you know, that type of energy, that dominance, that power, he would definitely be, you know, like a CEO type. He would definitely run and own his space and his power and his world. Yeah, gets stuff done, works a lot, probably can have anybody he wants, anything he wants at any time. Yeah, he probably has strong ego. And that doesn't have to be an unhealthy thing. Okay. Stop talking. Okay. What can we get for this dark horse masculine energy? Spirit, what can you tell us? Kind of dark horse energy. What does this masculine embody? What does this masculine embody? I just heard prowling. Yeah. Flexibility. I would feel like he would, and that's the number 13 too. So yeah, he's king of his jungle. He prowls. There's a primalness about him, an animalistic nature. And because he's so dominant and powerful, he would expect you to be the flexible one because he would want things his way, right? A prehistoric bamboo forest. Yeah, so then you would be the bamboo, right? You would bend for him because he wants a strong feminine to walk beside him. And I was thinking about the role that you would play. So with the divine masculine, your like twin flame type of energy, the two of you would be equal, right? And you would heal each other, you would go through everything, you would do everything together, you would be each other's best friend, right? With the high level soulmate, I feel like there would be a very masculine feminine role where, like, let's say he worked, he paid for everything, you stayed home, you took care of the kids, you took care of the housework, that was your domain. And then you would do things together. But he would keep you kind of away from everything. I feel like he may not have a lot of personal friends, more work friends. And I feel like, because we got the wounded child with that card, I feel like that would be an insecurity of his, that he would keep you in the house, keep you away, because he would be afraid you would, you know, be taken from him, or he would lose you somehow. Whereas the dark horse energy, masculine, I feel like he would want you to embody both of those roles. So he would want you at home doing those things, but he would want it done his way because he would like want to watch you. And then he would also want you to be dominant in your own business, and want to show you off and take you out as well, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay, give me one more card, please, for this dark horse masculine energy. One more, please. Can I get one more, please? One more. It's too many. Okay, fine. I'll take them. Okay, so I got planning. Yeah, and I feel like he would be a very complex type of person, a very intriguing type of person, and strength. Yeah, he's skilled in the art of war when it comes to business. He's stoic. He owns and runs everything, right? So strength would be a really big thing. And with all this red, he would be very grounded, very earthly, because he would be a master at the 3D, master of materialistic things. And he would want, this is Joan of Arc, right? So he would want a feminine who is like, I feel like the King of Cups is maybe the one aspect that he may not embody fully. So he would definitely have the King of Wands, definitely the King of Pentacles. Oh crap, what's the other king? Was it the King of Wands, King of Cups, King of Swords, definitely King of Swords. But then the King of Cups, I feel like he would have heart, but I feel like there's a lot of other aspects. So let's say there's like 10 aspects of the King of Cups. He's only embodying like 3 of those aspects, but he wants a woman who is an empress and fills up whatever weaknesses and lack he has in that King of Cups. So then together they're emperor and empress, if that makes sense. Planning. Yeah, he's someone who is a diligent planner, wants to plan everything, and that's very indicative of a CEO and a boss and someone who runs his ship and runs everything and has to be in control of everything around him and his surroundings. Yeah, and with this, the mountain, it's green. So he is looking for a woman who has a mountainous type of heart, right? Which will expand and fill his heart and fully complete so that he dominates every aspect and everything in general, I feel like. Okay. All right, let's find out some more, shall we? Okay, flexibility. Wait, I think we did 4 cards the last time, right? Okay, we got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Is this what we did the last time? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Can I get another one, please? The 4 of Swords. Interesting. No. Okay. Can I get some for the planning and strength, please? The World. Yeah, he's looking to take on the world, right? And in order to do that, you need a feminine. If you are a masculine, again, there's no gender in tarot. Put yourself where you belong. Take what resonates, leave the rest. All right, one more card, please, Spirit. Can I get another card? Oh, no. Okay. Or 2. Sure. So I have 10 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. I just heard got screwed. So that to me with the 3 of Swords, that goes and clarifies what I was just saying about him lacking a few of the aspects of what the King of Cups would be, because he's been hurt and he's been screwed in the past. Which again is probably one of the reasons why he stalks and he prowls and he wants to know, he does his research. He wants to know what he's getting into before he makes a decision. Just like any good businessman would want to know the ins and outs of contracts and the person he's getting, you know, into business bed with and that sort of thing. Okay, so for the Knight of Cups, right, and the flexibility, I feel like he is, so to me that's like a clarification of him being like not as flexible, right? He wants you to be the one that's flexible. There's order and a rigidity in the way he does things. I feel like he likes things a certain way, and that's what he expects and how he wants them done and expects them to be done. So that he doesn't get like all that splashback. He knows what to expect, which is a controlling thing. And with the Hawk, I feel like he wants oversight of everything, right? That's bird's eye view. So he wants to have oversight of everything, oversees everything, and maybe even has some sort of assistant or friend or someone that gathers information for him and researches for him and goes out and does the work so that he can focus on other things. The 4 of Swords. So this reminds me of when you're alpha and you're at the top, everyone wants a piece of you. Everyone wants to knock you down. Everyone's out to get you because you're at the top. You're the number one. You're the contender, right? Wrestling, when you have the, what is it, the intercontinental belts, everybody wants that belt, right? So everyone's gonna try and fight you and get that from you. When you are the biggest, strongest, tallest person in the room, people are gonna come for you, right? And because because the Dark Horse is such a dominant, controlling type of energy, there's also like not just like physical attack, but then there's going to be emotional attacks, right? From other unhealed masculines and unhealed feminines. And then even spiritually speaking, when you're in, depending on what this dark horse does, you know, it just makes me think of like when you're a dragon and you're like a CEO, and you work in a very, in a field where you're dealing with a lot of money, there's a lot of darker, seedier type of energies that you would come into contact with. So you would get attacked spiritually. He would get attacked spiritually in this way. So there's always, he has to embody this dominance and this power to show in the 3D and the 5D that he can hold his own, he can keep what he has, and he can dominate over every aspect. So with the planning, he's looking to take on the world. And again, in order to do that, you need your feminine, right? He's looking for love. He's looking for that dance. He's looking for the harvest, right? With the gourds. I heard he's looking to share. And then I just got this drop in my heart and in my solar plexus. Like there's a deep loneliness inside of him that he doesn't like to look at. And again, that might be close with the 3 of Swords because he's been screwed in the past. So I believe this dark horse really does want and need and have the capacity to love fully and be an extreme protector, because his lady would be his, and that's it. I mean, he would want other men to look at her because, you know, look what I have. It's, you know, like arm candy, but like in a nice way. And again, like trophy wise, but it not like in an unhealthy way where she has to be a certain type. As long as he enjoys her and he likes what he sees in her and how she looks, then he feels good about that, right? It's not about what looks good on the outside. So for instance, like if she is a more down-to-earth and she's not like a flashy girl, she doesn't have to be dressed to the nines with a full face of makeup and nails done and like the tallest heels and like the shortest dresses. Like that might not be his type, right? He might have a different type. He might want a girl who, or a woman who is, you know, has short nails or, you know, short hair, not necessarily long hair, or because long hair is considered like a beauty thing. Yeah, that sort of thing. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest. So strength. Yeah, so the woman would give him strength. Again, with this 3 of Swords, it would strengthen his heart. It would fill his heart. That's interesting. Okay, so the 10 of Wands. This makes me feel like this dark horse is obsessed with you. He is watching you. And it's consuming most of his thoughts most of the time. In spiritual aspects in the 5D, and he knows you have this strength because you would be the Queen of Wands, right? And he likes strong women. And if you are a dominant, powerful sort of man, and let's say you are into a dom submissive type of energy, you can't have a woman who is not going to be able to handle that sort of play, if you will. There has to be a strength and a trust between the two. And I don't know, whatever you're into. Like, let's say he spanks you and you cry, then you're not for him. You know what I mean? It's like a very basic, like, example is, oh my God. Yeah, so he needs someone who can not only be strong in business and strong in the 3D and the 5D, but he wants someone strong in the bedroom. Yeah. And I'm really being drawn to these flowers. They all kind of look like, I'm getting like angelic, but like warrior angelic, because they look like stars, but they also look really deadly. So if you were to like touch them, they might make you bleed. They would be sharp or whatever. So again, that embodies like you being the Queen of Swords, but you having a soft and gentle nature that would win his heart over, that would soften his heart but strengthen his heart at the same time. I hope this is making sense. I feel like I'm talking a lot, but it makes sense to me. I like this is where this is going. Yeah, okay, so let's get some clarifying cards. We're at 27 already, okay. All right, what can I get clarifying for the Knight of Cups? Take all of them. Yeah, chocolate. Sexy. Okay. So satisfaction, love, romance, treating yourself, rich, smooth, aphrodisiac, fine dining. So yeah, I really feel like he's going to, I don't want to use the word spoil, because I don't like, spoil has like, when you're a kid, it has like a negative connotation to it, like it makes you bratty and stuff like that, which you might be into, I don't know. But I like to say shower. So he's gonna shower you with love and shower you with gifts and take care of you. He might like to feed you. That might be a sexy thing that he's into. You might be into that. And there's a richness in like the sharp flavor of chocolate. If you like dark chocolate, I personally love dark chocolate. But yeah, and then you can put different types of thing in chocolate in general. So there's a flexibility in chocolate, if that makes sense. So I feel like when it comes to him loving you, you would make him want to be flexible in the heart space, in showering you, and in the bedroom type of aspect. So we got youth. So yeah, I feel like you would make him feel safe, and I I'm being drawn to rebellious. So I feel like he sees a rebellious nature in you. And you're like the ideal type of partner, the ideal type of girl. And he sees a youthful energy about you, which in turn I'm being, so like when men and women are in love, women have this thing where it's like, well, why can't he just like come forward? Why can't he just, women love very freely, and women love in a way of like, well, you know, they're carefree about it, where it's like nothing else matters, and it's like, just like, let's love each other and we'll figure out the rest. Whereas a man, if he really falls in love with a woman, he gets mad. It's like crap, like I love her like shit. He gets angry because it's like I have to take care of her, and like that's my money, and it's like he'll treat her like his princess, like his baby girl, like his child. And it's not in an unhealthy, like weird way. It's just how men love. There's a very protective cradlingness about it, if that makes sense. Anam Cara. So that's Irish or Celtic for my heart, I think, or romantic heart, something like that. Yeah, unconditional love, soulmates, devoted, affection, and appreciation. Yeah, and with the Taurus energy and the Gemini energy, he'd be very materialistic, very grounded. The Gemini would be very dualistic, would be a lot of thinking, a lot in his head, which goes with his planning. You would be the owner of his heart. Okay, what can I get for the planning, please? With the World. And you would dominate the world together, right? No. Can I get... Really? So I got urn and microphone. Huh. Okay, so what I'm getting from the urn is, again, with this Three of Swords, like he's had breakup and hurt in the past. Maybe this dark horse has dealt with a lot of death in his life. And I heard self-made. So maybe he knows, like maybe when he was a lot younger, like, you know, in his early child years, he came from, you know, poverty. He came from loss. He knows what it's like to not have anything, which is why he's so dominant and powerful and wants to rule his money and everything, because he knows what that's like. I feel like he really knows about grief. So he could have, again, been down and out when it comes to finances, but also, and he could have had a partner that may have taken everything from him. Maybe he lost a lot, like he might have been married in the past, who knows. That could have been messy. But I feel like he's lost a lot of people in his life. And 5 is the number of challenges and change, which is why one of the reasons why also he likes to plan is because I feel like he's had the carpet pulled out from underneath him at a very young age. He could have had a tumultuous family life with his parents. With the microphone, yeah, I was thinking about this last night, where his communication style, he's abundant in his communication style. And I don't mean that he talks a lot, he likes to talk. I feel like he makes his words and his conversation and his statements very meaningful, to the point, and he's like articulate and powerful in his words. I feel like, yeah, he's got strong opinions. He's gonna have to be a very social type of person if he's a person of business. And so maybe he does a lot of functions, or he does public speaking, or like meetings and that sort of thing. Okay, and then what can I get for, what is that, the 10 of Wands? What can I get for the 10 of Wands and the Strength and the 3 of Swords? And I'm hearing one more. See, this card flipped out before and I said no, and now it's coming out because it's coming out this. Yeah, Black Widow. So this confirms the 3 of Swords, and it confirms this urn with this loss as well, right? So he dealt with someone in the past that used him, took him for everything that I'm hearing dry. Like she drained him dry. Well, I don't want to say that. Betrayal, warning, twisted, cunning, insidious, poisonous. So I heard evil, and I don't want to go around calling people evil, because evil is a strong word. Most people are just unhealed. Most people they can be vindictive, they can be takers, they can be very treacherous and vile. But also, I think when it comes to karmic lessons in the negative sense and learning your lessons, the higher up you are when it comes to being powerful and dominant and prideful and egoic, and you're at the top, right? The lessons that you need to learn are going to be way harder and way more difficult. The same word as hard, Amanda. They have to be so incredibly awful to the point where it is evil in order for you, the male, to wake up and to say, I'm not fucking doing this anymore, right? It has to be so bad if it's gonna change you, right? Otherwise, you'll just keep going on. So that's what God does, right? He keeps giving you situations where he's like, okay, well, how about this? And it's like, nope, still prideful, still egoic, whatever. and it's like pressure, more awful, my life is falling apart. And it's like, oh, you still don't want, you still want to do that same thing? Oh, okay, here's some more, right? And it's like, oh, you still, you don't, you're totally miserable, like you're sick now, like but you're still going, you're still doing it, you're not changing anything. It's like, oh, you want to do more? Sorry. It's like, you want to challenge God? You want to say that you're in control of everything? Control is a friggin' illusion, right? So it's like, oh, you want more? It's like, okay, well, let's do this. So it has to be really awful for you to change, and then you learn those lessons, and then you don't repeat them, right? Which makes you a wise person, and not just a knowledgeable person, right? Because you're putting the knowledge that you have into your life and your healing and your surroundings and in service of others, and that's wise. Okay. Can I get one more and we'll close it out? Because this has been way longer than I wanted it to be. Okay, that's a lot, but you're gonna take them, so let's fucking take them. All right, yeah, grapes, abundance, fruitful, right? So that's what he's looking for. That's what he's looking to heal. He's looking for, my thing went to fertility. So maybe he wants to get you pregnant, have a family. He sees you that you would be maybe a good parent if that's something that you want. There's olive branch. Yeah, peace offerings, making amends. Surrendering, giving in to how he's feeling, because he's very much in control of everything. And that is, I think that's Scorpio, right? So again, that's stoicism, keeping his emotions tight to his chest, not expressing himself in his real feelings, right? And then dynamite. Firecracker, energetic, explosive. Yeah, so he sees you, right? So this is the negative feminine that he's dealt with, and then he sees you as this abundant firecracker fulfillment of a feminine that he's looking for. Yeah. This is how you make him feel, right? With that 10 of Wands. Because he feels like you already kind of own his emotions and his mindset, and you're taking over. And he sees how strong you are in the spiritual world. And there's also a sweetness about you as well. Okay, we're gonna end it here. So yeah, that's the dark horse energy. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, comments if you'd like, subscribe. Yeah, so this may be one of the 3 energies you're dealing with, or maybe you're dealing with all 3 of these energies currently and you have some choice. Again, it's your life, it's your decision, you are the queen, you are the empress, and the masculines should come to you, and it's up to you what you want in your life and what your future, you want your future to look like. And in no way, shape, or form, if these masculines aren't willing to chase you and to do the work and to see and treat you just how, treat you the way that you are worth, then you kick them out of the running, right? It's that simple. All right, peace. Have a great day.